The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
This is David Liniato, CEO and founder of iZigg. Welcome everyone to today's Mobile Social Delivered webinar. I am live from Las Vegas, Nevada, the capital of entertainment, events, and venues. So what better topic for today's webinar than to talk about some events and venues throughout the country that are using the platform and just how powerful this could be. It's March 15th. You're joining us for our 9th edition of Mobile Social Delivered, and I couldn't be more excited. Before we jump in, I want to give everyone kind of an outline of the call that we're going to be covering. The power of mobile, and it's amazing. We've been doing this for just a mere 9 weeks, and literally the marketplace has been just cranking for at speeds that I've never seen. With the launch of the iPad, and we're going to delve into some recent news in mobile, it's just been amazing. There's never been a more exciting time for a business or an individual to get involved in mobile and really profit from what's happening in the mobile world. And then we're going to dive into, events, venues, and mobile. I mean, how venues and places, entertainment places throughout the country are using this platform, and hear from the world's largest honky-tonk and country bar from Catherine Kolstad, right out of Fort Worth, Texas, right around the corner from where we're going to be hosting our Crush It XL event next week. So quite timely, and also from a geography standpoint, right close to where we're all going to be next week in Dallas, Texas. And with that, we're going to cover, one of the things that I talk about a lot with mobile is just the simplicity of this platform and how easy it is to engage people. So this week, we're going to touch on what I think is kind of the low-hanging fruit of this platform, which is just text alert and reminders. And, often people forget the easiest things in life. And, really this platform is about reminding people when a concert is, when an event is, when an upcoming show is. And, what better platform to do that than SMS and texting right on somebody's phone. Talk to you guys about the upcoming event and then what's to come. So without further ado, we'll jump into the power of mobile. And you'll see there's somebody touching the new iPad 3. I guess it's the new iPad. And it's just, it's amazing because when you think of the word mobile, it's not just about the mobile phone. It's really about a mobile tetherless society. Think about the PC. We've heard in articles and, across the television, CNBC, people saying, is the PC dead? I don't know if it's dead, but it's certainly yesterday's news. And, a year or two ago, we were talking about how print was dead. And it's funny. Just a mere 24 months later, we're talking about how the PC may be dead. And, it's a mobile world. I mean, everything's mobile. They're expected to sell 103 million iPads this year, and they've got wireless internet. And, it's everybody's on the go. It's on-the-go society. And with this platform, you can really get immediate results, the power of mobile. And we talk about that texting is really the first step. It's kind of like Mobile 101. It's the gateway of mobile and the way that people are kind of jumping into this frontier and getting people to join their channel. And what I love about this platform, and again, we're going to keep pounding the table on this one because 90% of businesses, if not 95% of businesses, are still not leveraging the power of this product. And it's so easy to execute. You can put it in place in minutes. And we're going to show folks how they do that right on this call. And adoption rate, I think it's near about 99%, if not 100%, certainly of the addressable market for most businesses in America. And so why wouldn't somebody have a mobile strategy? And the answer to that question is the same reason why somebody perhaps isn't leveraging Google AdSense 10 years ago when there was only 10% of businesses using online marketing. It's because people don't know about it. It's because people don't know about it. They don't know how easy it is, and they don't have somebody showing them how to do that, similar to how the internet was launched. And that's the model that iZigg has. And the biggest thing that we show on this call every week is really how this cuts across every market. And we've heard from so many different verticals about how they're leveraging and using the power of this platform. And don't take our word for it. I mean, the product works. It's amazing. We heard from Smashburger last week. We heard from the folks at DataVision, Wireless Zone. I mean, 97% of all text messages are open. I mean, that is unbelievable. It's in fact, it's one of the most rewarding sounds on somebody's phone when they hear that bong. It's crazy. Unlike the fact that they, they don't look at their email hardly. They, certainly don't look in their mailbox, and oftentimes people aren't even using the phone to make calls anymore. And, the fact of the matter is, it's not just restaurants, it's not just retailers, it's entertainment venues across the country. And those were really some of the early adopters of mobile, but there's still a huge, huge opportunity to bring this product to literally anybody who's running an event, a concert, a venue of any kind. It's really, to me, being the founder and, co-founder of this platform, it hurts me to see anybody not using it. So that's what we're going to illustrate on this call from our friend Catherine Kolstad over at Billy Bob's Texas, how they're using it. I'm showing you guys here a recent text. This was actually just sent yesterday, promoting 38 Special. It's coming Friday night. We heard from Boulder City, which I'm just a mere 20 minutes from, 2 weeks ago, about how the Chamber's using it in businesses throughout this area, the Hoover Dam and Las Vegas Magazine and other stuff. And, Andretti Racing, another great venue that has this, throughout at the Daytona Water Park, and Andretti Racing, and just so many phenomenal things to use this platform. But what we're going to illustrate today, and I'm going to introduce Catherine here in a second, is really how easy this platform is and how easy it is to move people to action with a simple text message. So without further ado, Catherine, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, Catherine, maybe you want to start, and I think for the folks on the call, perhaps they don't know just how big a venue Billy Bob's Texas is. Maybe if you want to give people a little bit of information on your venue there in Fort Worth, Texas.
Well, Billy Bob's is located in the historic Fort Worth Stockyards. We're 100,000 square feet. Our venue includes 2 concert stages, a restaurant, a bull riding arena with live bull riding every weekend. We have 2 private rooms that we rent out weekly, if not daily. We have a gift store. We have music memorabilia, concrete handprints from every country music artist you've ever heard of. We have a photo bowl where people can get their photo made to where it looks like they're riding a bucking bull for a great souvenir. We have tons of bar stations. We have 16 pool tables. We have a dance floor. Media's here constantly filming B-roll or filming pilots for television shows. So there's always something going on. We're open daily. We have top name country and rock acts every Friday and Saturday night. Free line dance lessons. We have live music Wednesday through Saturday night. So there's always something going on here.
That is awesome. That is awesome. What a phenomenal place. Well, share with the folks on the call, how you guys got introduced to mobile, and how you think about sending a quick reminder to folks about some of your upcoming events. Maybe if you want to use an example about a recent event you guys are having, or what you're having, I guess, tomorrow night.
Well, we got introduced. It was a random call-in of people wanting to come and talk about their product. They came in and presented, and it sounded like a great deal. As I mentioned, we have concerts every Friday and Saturday night, and it's a great tool that we use. We also use other social marketing tools, but the iZigg and texting is a great way to quickly get a hold of people. As you mentioned earlier, everybody always has their phone. Everybody always is going to look at their text messages to see what it is. And it's a great last way to remind people real quick. They may not be sitting in front of their computer, but they've got their phone for sure. We use it for our ticket on sales. We send it right before the tickets go on sale to remind people the concerts that are coming up. They call in after that, buy their tickets, and it's like I said, it's a good thing to have because everybody always has their cell phone on them these days.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Talk a little bit, Catherine, how you guys have used the different channels. I really found that interesting in looking at, and I'm showing the folks here the little tab here at the bottom of your newsletter that says, get the BBT news, text 90210, Billy Bob's for updates, BBT concert for concert info. Maybe talk a little bit about how you guys have segmented a couple of different groups. I think that's very interesting and a great tool for venues, certainly as they're having different things, and certainly for a place as large as yours with all kinds of different stuff happening.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have a few different keywords. We have Billy Bob's, which is general information. People can get our address, our phone number, stuff like that. We have BBT concert, which people can get what concerts are coming up. All they have to do is text that in. It's updated every week. Then we have one for Billy Bob's bull riding. Our bull riders have to call and enter weekly. And so they text that in. They can get the phone number and the time to call in for the bull riding entry so they can ride that weekend.
That is awesome. I'm actually showing folks here a picture of somebody I grabbed off the internet of the bull riding, which is so cool. And you know, the return that people get, I guess, on the concert. So you update that every month in terms of different concerts that are coming right now. So if you text that, you get back the concert listing.
Yeah, I update it weekly. So because it moves up every Friday, Saturday night. So I go in, I erase the top two, I go to the bottom and add, you know, 2 more, however many more characters I can fit in there. So it's updated every Monday morning.
Let me ask you a question. You know, one of the things we hear just in general from all businesses is, you know, we're busy, we don't have time for all these different marketing programs. I mean, how would you compare the effort that you put into your iZigg 90210 program to the time it spends? I mean, how easy is it or how hard is it for you to execute the program?
It's easy, and one tool that I use a lot for our on sale is I will go in and schedule that message to be sent. So because I help take the ticket orders, everybody in the office takes ticket orders, so I just go in and I schedule that to be sent out 3 minutes before our on sale time, so I don't have to do anything at that point. You know, the hardest part is the artist with the big old long names. I have to find a way to make all the characters fit in there, but it's simple, it's quick, and like I said, the ability to be able to schedule it to go out rather than having to be sitting at the computer at the exact time I want it to go out is a big help. And that also helps on the weekend. If I don't work in the office Friday and Saturday, but I can schedule a message to go out if I need to, and I don't have to do a thing.
And what other, I mean, that's great. I'm glad you brought that point up because, again, you know, this call is focused on, you know, the low-hanging fruit, you know, what's so easy about the platform. And I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. You actually can schedule your weekend text to go out, and you're not even working. So people probably wonder, you know, probably think you're still at the office, huh?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
That is a great thing. Well, that is phenomenal, Catherine. I mean, you guys have really a brand, you know, throughout the world that's known. And using 90210, I mean, you know, if you walked into your location, I've heard this from different people. Actually, my brother works right outside of Fort Worth and just did their company event there. He said it was phenomenal. He said what blew him away is just when he walked in, there's just posters everywhere with the 90210 on it. You know, maybe talk a little bit about how you promote the program and let people know about the ability to text in.
Sure. Well, as you mentioned, there's probably about 20 posters throughout our club that say, you know, promote 90210 to get people to text in. And on a weekend, after a weekend, I probably get about, you know, 10 to 15 a weekend that subscribe in to either Billy Bob's or BBT concert. We promote it on our monthly newsletter. We print 5,000 newsletters each month that we distribute out all around the world, and it's also available in our venue. And I did a little test yesterday just to talk about it today. I tweeted out text 90210, you know, with BBT concert, and I got 10 new subscribers yesterday within an hour just from sending out that tweet. So promoting that on Facebook and Twitter is also very useful.
Yeah, that's excellent. I'm glad you brought that up as well. I mean, you know, often people say, well, I don't need texting because I use Twitter or Facebook. And, you know, I think you made a comment earlier, you know, sometimes people aren't at their computer, but 24/7 practically they've got their phone with them. And so, I mean, great job on driving people from, you know, I guess we call it cross-platform, and from one social network to the other. And, you know, we always say that people, you know, all businesses should have Facebook, Twitter, and a mobile strategy in today's mobile social world. So, no, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And yet that happened very quickly, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is awesome. Well, Catherine, I really, really appreciate it. I want to thank you on behalf of iZigg and throughout the country. We have agents who are listening in, and you know, it's it's been a phenomenal week. There's been all kinds of different clubs that are using the service. I really thought you guys were a phenomenal example, and I know that we're going to have, you guys did mention that you may be giving us some raffle items for our upcoming event for the folks that live in the Dallas market, so or don't, which would be awesome. So I really appreciate that, and thank you so much for joining us on today's call, Catherine.
Thank you very much. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
So with that, guys, we're going to dive into, that was phenomenal to hear from Catherine Kolstad from Billy Bob's, Texas, what an institution throughout the world, and, talk about just kind of that low-hanging fruit. Look, I'm showing you here how simple it is. They've got a very easy welcome message. I love that if you've already opted in, you've subscribed to this promo, so scoot your way over to Billy Bob's. It's cool. It's cool, and then the ability to text in to their concert information. It's all right there. It's all right on their phone. And, and then, again, as Catherine said, with an upcoming event, it's just that easy, quick reminder, and they've talked about how it's absolutely lifted sales, and it's been so easy to execute and literally enroll so many people in this mobile program and drive adoption and results. And that's the biggest thing about this. And, we talked about this every week, but it can't be emphasized enough. This is a program that doesn't need a lot of graphic design and setup and time for any business across America. They some 30 million small businesses and venues and event places. Just literally personalize it, set up a keyword at 90210, the most dominant brand in mobile marketing, to promote it, just as Catherine has done throughout Billy Bob's and Play. Send messages, send updates, send reminders. It's just that easy. Send it from your computer, send it from your phone. And, we've got a program, as Catherine said, whether it is somebody locally in your market or somebody that you know, it's just so easy to tell everyone about this platform and demo it and show people, whether you're seeing it off a poster or you're telling somebody. And we've got a platform that really addresses everybody at their needs, whether it's to use the product or get involved. And we always say, look, it's the biggest movement in the world right now. It's undeniable. Apple is hitting, fresh new highs daily. The market cap, they're going to be the most valuable company in the history of really mankind. So when you think about this opportunity, how will businesses and individuals profit from this movement? And, we meet both of those needs with our product and our opportunity, and we allow people to quickly move to action. And, best of all, as you heard from Catherine, this really is a partnership, and you hear week after week from the folks that absolutely love the platform, love working with us throughout the country, and, love the results that they're seeing, whether they're using the platform for their business or they're just simply profiting from this movement in mobile media that is taking place and growing literally week after week as we have this call. And, in closing, we've got an upcoming event, and, I know that my partner, Brian Underwood, talked last night on our national address call. We have some of the most exciting things coming up as we roll out iZigg 2.0, and we're going to be rolling out a lot of that stuff next week in Dallas, Texas, at the Gaylord Texan Hotel and Convention Center, an absolutely gorgeous venue to be having this, and talking about how literally we're going to be able to, give a platform to everyone throughout this country and soon beyond, how they can tap into mobile and profit from literally just sharing what they're already doing, and some exclusive content, and like I said, new product announcements that I just couldn't be more excited about. So with that, again, this is Dave Laniato, calling you guys live from Las Vegas, Nevada, the capital of entertainment and venues throughout the world. Couldn't be more excited about this. More to come next week as we have a special guest, again, around the entertainment and music world, a treat that you guys will not want to miss. So again, thank you so much for joining us. This webinar is now adjourned.